puts this in capital letters, zero tolerance. Perhaps the Shadow Home Secretary wanders round with handcuffs in his pocket. I wondered if maybe he...
Now let's watch Yvette Cooper's amazing takedown of Tory MP Chris Philps and Reform that had the chamber in absolute hysterics. Now, during yesterday's second reading of the Crime and Policing Bill, the Home Secretary is never one to shy away from poking fun at her opponent's ineptitude, be it when she was Shadow Home Secretary and even now as Home Secretary. And yesterday was no exception as she came across a rather ill-judged Facebook post by our gulping Chris Philps.
You know, I'm glad to see there's some signs on the benches opposite of a change in heart. Members recognising how damaging their approach to town centre crime has been, the Shadow Home Secretary has written on Facebook, and I quote, "The police must have," and he puts this in capital letters, "zero tolerance to shoplifting and phone theft in Croydon, otherwise it will escalate. Stealing even less than £200 is illegal. So the police must focus ruthlessly on catching criminals and pursue every line of inquiry." Well, who'd have thought it? If that's what the Right Honourable Gentleman now believes, why on earth didn't he take the opportunity in the 2 years that he was the policing minister to scrap the £200 threshold, which sent all the wrong signals across the police? Of course, we do know what part of his remedy, of course, to the disappearance of neighbourhood police and the soaring levels of town centre crime. He said, "Oh, the wider public do have the powers of citizens' arrest. And where it's safe to do so, I would encourage that to be used, including potentially a physical challenge, otherwise it will just escalate." So we'll put aside the intriguing suggestion that perhaps the Shadow Home Secretary wanders round with handcuffs in his pocket. I wonder if maybe he just misunderstood the Peel principle that the police are the public and the public are the police. What they meant was neighbourhood police in the community, not leaving the community to pick up arms because the neighbourhood police had gone. And as for Reform, looks like they're too busy dealing with their own internal antisocial behaviour to even show up. So yes, this government will be tough on crime and tough on the causes of crime, something that hasn't happened for far too long.
Well, Chris, if you lob the ball into the air, someone is experiencing a canny operator like Yvette Cooper will just knock the ball out the park. Now I can imagine Phibs' heart sank when he was given the task of holding this Home Secretary to account. Because let's be honest, Chris Philps is an absolute idiot, isn't he? And his comments prove what a pointless party of opposition the Tories are, aren't they? Hopefully at the next general election we'll get the Lib Dems or any other party with more sense than this lot as a party of opposition instead of these clowns. And let's be honest also, you might not like her politically, but you cannot doubt her ability at the dispatch box. And I understand why people like myself ain't fans, as she gives off that air of somebody who's not really empathetic for the role of Home Secretary, if you know what I mean. And I'm very much somebody on the left, I have to admit, she is very good at the dispatch box. But also I love the little jab at the Putin's poodle party. Very funny. Again, notice their absence. Probably in the bar, having a scrap and imploding some more. But what do you guys think? Let me know down below, and if you enjoy everything House of Commons and Select Committee meetings, give us a like and subscribe, and I shall bid you farewell and take care, my friends.